Change shall change you, and it won't spare the rod about teaching. Change shall change you, and it won't spare the rod about teaching. So that is the quote that I wanted to tell you guys yesterday. Like before I ended my video yesterday, there was a quote that I wanted to say that I heard from Brad Go, aka the trading geek, but unfortunately I had forgotten it. So I said that when I start this video, I'd start by saying it. So there it is. Change will change you, and it won't spare the rod about teaching. So basically what this quote is about is it's about change. If you are not willing to change yourself, then change itself will have to force yourself to change. I don't know if you're getting me. If you're not willing to change, change will change you, and it won't spare the rod about teaching you. Okay, for you, you have an option. You can either change, or you can either just stay the way you are. But unfortunately about change, that it won't spare any rod about you. Like, it will just change you by force, by thunder, and there is nothing that you'll do about it. So and I'm sure that it will use some very harsh wrath so that you can change. So if I were you, and because I'm already me, I'm willing to change myself so that change won't change me. Yeah. So we just got tapped into a trade, and as you can see, it's about to pump. And yesterday we took very nasty trades over here. As you can see, all of them went and hit stop loss. 3 trades, all of them went and hit my stop loss. So I learned some few lessons yesterday, that I should not scale in, because I'm not yet that pro who can just scale in, and I don't have that money to be scaling in. Yeah. And another lesson is that I should not try and enter into another trade after I've lost one trade. So that is what I learned yesterday, and today I decided that I'm not going to do anything silly today. So I'm just going to enter into this trade. If we hit stop loss, then I get out of the trade as fast as possible. So I won't go on entering into another trade, maybe thinking that maybe it's going to go to my TP or something. So that's it. So let me just try and explain to you my trade idea today. So as you can see, overall we are in a bullish trend right now. The overall the general trend is bullish. As you can see over here, we had our lower low somewhere over down there, and then we created our higher high, and then we have our higher low here. But unfortunately, we've not yet, fortunately or unfortunately, we've not yet gotten our higher high, and I'm willing to take this advantage so that I can ride this this price over here all the way to this point. So as you can see over here, let me just try and zoom in. So what I've just tried to tell you is that we are generally in a bullish trend. Yeah. So let me try to explain my entry. So my entry what the hell is this, man? This trading view, it always gives me some very weird, I don't know, it's ads or something. So yeah. So why did I enter into this trade? Let me just try and explain my entry. So as you can see overall, I've drawn this kind of rectangle. For those who don't know what this rectangle means, let me just try and explain for you, because some of my friends might be watching this, and I'm sure most of them don't know anything about trading. So this rectangle over here is me mapping out my demand zone. So as you can see, what is a demand zone? A demand zone is a place where buyers are likely to step into the market so that they can pump the market upwards. Yeah. So as you can see, this point over here, the whole of this is a demand zone. And as you can see, when price came to this point, it pumped up all the way to this point, and then it came down again. When it reached this point, it pumped up again all the way. But because, okay, it went to this point, but it did not have sufficient liquidity, so it decided to come and sweep liquidity that is below this very little this little demand zone or low, or this swing low or something, and it swept all the liquidity below it, and that again it reached to this point, this small demand zone that is created by this candlestick. It pumped up again, and then it came all the way down to this point, and that is why I anticipate for the market to go bullish. Yeah, so even though I don't know if it truly will go that way, because it can just blast all the way past this demand zone, but trading is a game of probability, and I'm rooting for my for the market to go up. So my probability is that I'm rooting for the market to push up, because it's already stepped into this demand zone. Again, another thing is that, as you can see over here, we've got, if we draw some kind of trend line or something, you'll find that we'll get this straight line on this, below this lows or something. As you can see, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. If we try to use a trend line, we'll find that we'll draw a straight line. And what happens below a trend line? We always get there is always liquidity below these things, below these lower lows. Below here we've got liquidity, below here we've got liquidity, below here we've got liquidity. And what happened is, why did price not go past our previous high? It did not have sufficient liquidity to push the market upwards. So what could have happened is, if there could have been enough liquidity, what could have happened is, price could have just gone past our higher high that we just saw a little bit some few minutes ago. But what happened is that there was not enough liquidity for market to pump for price upwards. So what happened, or what the market did, is it came all the way down here, so that it can grab all this liquidity below these lower lows, and below this general, or is it fractal, yeah, below all these lower lows generally, so that it can get enough liquidity to pump to pump price to go upwards. So that is why I decided to enter into this trade, because all this liquidity was swept below this lower low, below this lower low, below this demand zone and all, and that is why we anticipate market to go upwards. Or maybe if our bias is wrong, maybe we can just go all the way, the market can come all the way to this demand zone. It can sweep all this liquidity below this this demand zone over here, so that it can go up. But for now, I think, okay, I hope price will go upwards after it has swept the liquidity below this lows over here. So that is why we entered into the trade, and I placed my stop loss below the demand zone, and below the demand zone. So I placed my my stop loss below this demand zone, and I decided to make it to be a little bit conservative in terms of my stop loss. I decided to give it some breathing room, because some of you might say that, why didn't I place it below this candlestick or something, or maybe just exactly below this demand zone? But what might happen, price might decide to go a little bit further to go and fetch some few liquidity, and then my stop loss get hit. So that is why I decided to become a little bit conservative and place my stop loss a little bit down, yeah, to give it some breathing room. Yeah, so for my TP, I could just for my TP I could just decide that I'm going to place it all the way up there, all the way up here. I just say that it will blow past the previous high, but let me just try again to become conservative and place it just below this, a few pips below the previous high, not high, yeah, the previous fractal high, yeah. So that is why I decided to just place, or the next demand zone, that is the best term to use. So here. Over here we've got a demand zone, or this we've got here. Over here we've got some form of order block, and that is why I've decided to place my take profit over there. Okay, I can just place it a little bit. I can just place it over here. Yeah, let me just place it over there. So that is where I think price will come all the way. If the trade plays out, then that is where I anticipate the market to go. Yeah, so this trade is a 1 to 6.05 risk reward ratio. As you can see, risk reward ratio is 6.05. so if the trade plays out, I've risked like some, okay, if this plays out, I'll have gotten a risk reward ratio of 1 to 6.05. Now for those who are asking what a risk to reward ratio is, if I risk $100 into this trade, then I'll end up getting $600. If I risk $50, I'll end up getting $300. So that is the meaning of risk reward ratio. Like, you multiply your risk according by the reward ratio that you've gotten. So if I risk 10, I'll get 60 point or 60.05, I don't know. Yeah, so that is the meaning of risk reward ratio. So let us see if this trade will play out. If it hits our stop loss, then no problem. If it hits our take profit, well and good. But all in all, what I'm trying to do over here is to try not what I'm trying to do here is to prevent change from changing me, but I want to change myself. Yeah, so that is why I entered. That is why I'm here. I'm not here to get all the wins or get my my money loss or something, but I'm just trying to change myself. We are all trying to escape the matrix. We are all trying to escape this rat race. So that is why I'm here. I'm here to practice and to make my skills better than I am or than I was yesterday. Yeah, so, and I'm also going to document. That is why I'm shooting this video, so that I can document these videos for my future self. And yeah, so that is basically why I'm here. So the lesson of the day, okay, I'll be giving you lessons for every trade that I take. If it's a win, yeah, there will always be a lesson. If it's a loss, there is always be a lesson. So mindset talk, I've already told you, change will change you, and it won't spare the rod about teaching. Yeah, so change will change you unless you change yourself. So let us see how this trade will play out. So all I'm waiting for is price to get enough liquidity to just pump upwards. And as you can see, what time is it? 12:03. We are like 3 hours away from the New York session, so we are still in London session. So probably this trade might take some few hours before it ends. So let us just wait. Maybe liquidity will step into the market, the smart money will step into the market around the London and New York sessions, like the overlap. So let us just wait. And again, if I end up posting this video and showing it to you later, maybe I can just stop it mistakenly or something. Maybe I post it and then unfortunately I press the stop button. I can just always place this video as a part 1 or episode 1. So you'll just have to bear with me. Or if I decide that I don't want to spend a lot of my or use a lot of my storage to okay, if I decide to save my storage, then I can just post this video as episode 1, and then I'll just come on later on and post the other one or the results as episode 2. Yeah, so that's it for now. Let me just go and do something else as I wait for this trade to play out or not play out, whatever. Yeah, so bye. Remember, change will change you unless change will change you, and it won't spare the rod about teaching. Yeah, so bye bye. Okay, and by the way, I won't be I won't edit this video or something. I'll just post it the way it is. Like, I'll keep it raw and unfiltered so that you all can see what your boy is doing. I just want these videos to be as authentic as possible and all. So I just want to be as original as possible so that you won't say that maybe I've edited this video or something. So I'll just post it the way it is. If I end up messing around with my words and all, I'll just post it the way it is. So yeah, so for now, it's a bye bye.